An imposter raising security questions at the highest levels of our government. The Washington Post exclusively reporting that a Marco Rubio imposter is using an AI voice to call high-level officials. The Post reports, quote, an imposter pretending to be the Secretary of State contacted 3 foreign ministers, a U.S. governor, and a member of Congress, sending them voice and text messages that mimic Rubio's voice and writing style using artificial intelligence-powered software. This is according to a senior U.S. official and a State Department cable obtained by the Washington Post. NBC News has not seen that cable. We have reached out to the State Department for comment. But when asked about the cable by the Washington Post, the State Department responded that it would, quote, carry out a thorough investigation and continue to implement safeguards to prevent this from happening in the future. And joining us now is the reporter behind this story, Washington Post national security reporter John Hudson. John, crazy reporting. Talk to us about what you've learned, the timeline, and how they discovered this was happening.
Yeah, well, it is a really chilling window into the brave new world that we're living in right now. Essentially, this began in mid-June when a impersonator created a Signal account under marco.rubio@state.gov and began reaching out to high-level officials. We're talking about a U.S. governor. We're talking about a U.S. member of Congress, 3 foreign ministers. And he or she began sending text and video and voice messages using AI-assisted software, so it would help mimic the secretary's voice. Sending voice messages, things that could easily convince someone that they were talking to the real Marco Rubio. What's so concerning about this, and this is included in the cable that was obtained by the Post, is that, there are foreign ministers, for instance, that Marco Rubio trusts and has to deal with on sensitive issues. And the concern is that those ministers could be thinking they're talking to the real Marco Rubio and incidentally share more sensitive information with someone that is obviously not trusted by the U.S. government. There's still no indication who this person is, but it is being investigated by the Bureau of Diplomatic Security at the State Department.
Again, you report that this person contacted at least 5 department officials, non-department individuals, I should say, including 3 foreign ministers, a U.S. governor, a U.S. member of Congress as well, through the messaging app Signal. Do we know the nature of these messages?
We don't know the nature of these messages. I have asked the State Department and the FBI to give a little bit more information. Who are who's the governor? Who are the members of Congress? And who are the, foreign ministers that were contacted? The FBI declined to comment. And so essentially, we're still trying to find out more information about who these people were and whether or not these individuals responded. The easy thing about what was conducted is a few things. One, it shows how readily accessible AI software is. All you need is about 15 seconds of audio from a public person, and then you can upload that into the software and then really type whatever you want to say under the person's voice. So that's very easily accessible. What's a little bit more difficult to come by is the phone numbers for, a U.S. governor, a phone number for a member of Congress. But they were able to get that and then pull this off. And send these messages. And that's what's so worrying, that what they respond to potentially could include sensitive information that the United States does not want to have for unknown actors.
I mean, you just talked about how this isn't a very sophisticated sort of thing. It doesn't take a tech guru to pull this off. And you also are reporting it's not the first time there have been impersonations targeting government officials in this administration. It's also, we know, not the first time the Signal app has been used. Is the Trump administration making changes?
Yes, so you're absolutely right that the Signal was, of course, the tool of choice that resulted in the pretty big Signalgate scandal, and where it was revealed that the Trump administration was using Signal for large gatherings of national security officials discussing very sensitive topics. Now, that is one of the risks with when a U.S. official is reaching out to someone else via Signal. Everyone knows about that, so it is going to be in the mind of foreign and domestic officials that the Trump administration often uses Signal. That's why some of the experts that I spoke to really reiterated that it is so important to not use Signal for official government business, even though it's quite respected for its end-to-end encryption that it has. Exactly situations like this, you want to make sure that you're using the protocol that diplomats are told to use, which is U.S. government systems that are secure and protected.
John Hudson, thank you so much for sharing your reporting with us. We appreciate it.
Good to be with you.